Hello and good evening and welcome to WMR Today. This is Sam Moritz. It's the end of day 2 of Sam Moritz match race and we are joining you here straight after racing and live from Sam Moritz. It's been a big day again out on the water. We've had all sorts of conditions. Started off rainy this morning and this afternoon the clouds cleared and brought us some breeze. So we managed to get through to the end of flight 17. So let's have a look at those all-important results. At the top of the leaderboard, it is Ian Williams from Great Britain with a fantastic 7 wins and just 1 loss. In second place, it's Johnny Berntsen of Sweden with 6 wins and 2 losses. Damien Yell in third with 5 wins and 3 losses. In fourth, it's Mersky of Australia with 5 wins and 2 losses. In fifth, it's Pierre-Antoine Morvan of France with 4 wins and 3 losses. In sixth, Jesper Radek of Denmark with 3 wins and 5 losses. Then it's Phil Robertson of New Zealand with 3 wins and 5 losses. Bjorn Hansen of Sweden with 3 wins and 4 losses. Francesco Bruni of Italy also with 3 wins and 4 losses, as is Richard of France, 3 wins and 4 losses. Then it's Eric Mona of Switzerland with 2 wins and 5 losses. And at the bottom of the table, it is Clerc of Switzerland with 1 win and 7 losses. So they are the standings after 17 flights. I'm joined today by a couple of people who haven't had a great day out on the water. Matthew, I'm going to come to you first. Just tell me a little bit about your day. I know you're feeling a little frustrated.
No, I'm not disappointed with the day. We had a good day today, much better than yesterday. Actually, yesterday we had a very poor score. We only 1 win and 4 losses. But today we won 3 matches and lost just against Torvar Mirski. So this is not a bad day today.
A better day, but still not quite the score you would want at this stage in the event.
Yeah, you're right. Unfortunately, we don't have a very good score in the total of the 2 days, and but we are still in the competition, and we can still go through the quarters. This is obviously the goal, to go through the quarters first, and we have two matches more tomorrow to sail, and yes, we can go through if we win probably those 2 matches. So yeah, we are really motivated for tomorrow to try to go through the quarters.
Okay, well, we've got a bit of footage from that all-important match that you lost against Torvar Mersky. We're going to play that footage. Just talk us through where you were from your point of view.
You mean against Torvar? Yes, it was a frustrating match, the only one that we lost today. And well, we had a poor start, a very poor start. We started behind, but we managed to stay very close during the first bit. And at the first top mark, we were just behind them, and we had some opportunities to try to cover them with the spinnaker and to roll them. And we were really very close to overtake them just at the bottom mark, but they did a good job at the end. They left us, and we had to keep clear, and finally they ran the mark in front of us and managed to stay ahead during the rest of the regatta. So we lost this point, but yes, that was an interesting match.
And of course that was an important match for Torvar to win, and it's really boosted him up the tables. How important was that loss? I mean, you know, has it hurt you a lot today, or were you expecting to lose one of your matches today?
You always want to win all your matches, but we won the 2 first matches against Bruni and Bjorn Hansen, and it was important matches. So we lost against Torvar. Of course, it's disappointing, but that's the race, and we managed to win the next one against Robertson. So at the end, this is not a bad day.
Okay, and tomorrow you've got a couple more matches. Who are those against? Are they easy ones, or are they going to be challenging for you?
No, there is no easy matches here for sure, and I think we are racing against Johnny Benson, who is in very good form at the moment, and against the local Jérôme Clerc from Switzerland.
Okay, well, very good luck tomorrow, Matthew. Now, one person you were talking about who I know you raced today, Bjorn Hansen. You're not particularly pleased with your day either, are you?
No, not really. I mean, we had 3 matches today and losing 2, and but just as Mathieu said, it's very tricky out there, and it still feels like we're sailing okay. We're making good starts and taking the first shift right, and yeah, it feels okay even if we lose 2 matches. We just have to learn how to sail around the top mark, and where it's very, very light and very, very tricky. And we choose to let our opponent go the other way twice because we really thought that it was more breeze on the other side, and both times we were wrong. So we have to stay a little bit closer to our opponent next time.
Yeah, I was talking to Philip earlier from your team, and both of those races you were in fact ahead at the start and then lost the lead. It must be so frustrating.
Yeah, really. I mean, with Mathieu, I think we were 10 boat lengths ahead when we had 10 boat lengths to the mark, and at the top mark he was just centimeters behind us, and then they did a good job on the downwind and passed us. So yeah, it was a little bit frustrating, but looking in the mirror and thinking of the races tomorrow, we still have a good feeling in the boat, and we think that we can win at least a couple of races tomorrow.
It seems to be very much about the conditions here rather than the boat handling and the boats themselves. Would you agree with that?
Well, I think that boat handling is pretty important too, especially when the wind is up like it was yesterday. So if you have a good boat handling, you really have an advantage. Because you will get your chances to pass your opponent now and then, and if you have a little bit better boat handling, for sure you will have an advantage there. But just as you say, when it's so puffy, you can gain 10 boat lengths by just being 30 meters on the right side of your opponent. So of course that is more important.
But happy and settled within the team? You happy with generally how you're sailing? You confident of getting through to the quarters?
No, definitely not confident, but yeah, we are happy with the way we're sailing, and I'm happy with that we know what we are doing wrong, so we can learn from that and hopefully do a little bit better tomorrow.
Okay, well, Bjorn Hansen, very good luck. We were talking about the boats, and of course I'm joined here by Matthew. Now, I caught up with Matthew at the beginning of the event, and he spent a little bit of time talking to us about the boats, these blue 26s, and how they work and respond on the lake here in St. Moritz. Okay, so we're here on the dock in St. Moritz. I'm joined by Matthew Richard, who's going to tell me a little bit about the boats here in St. Moritz. Blue 26s. Come on, you know all about them. You won here last year. Talk me through them.
Yes, this is great boats for match racing. Small boats, smaller that we are used to sail on the tour, and but it's very good for these lake conditions. So it's very, I would say, it turns very well, and it's very dynamic boats. So you will see there is a lot of moves, very aggressive, very quick, yeah, on the starts and during the races as well. So yeah, this is really great boats for match racing. They are accelerating very well after maneuvers, after tacking, and you can sail a lot of good things. I mean, upwind you can send very high or lower, and it's more or less the same VMG. So it opens the game for a lot of tactical situations. So yes, this is definitely great boats for match racing on such a lake.
Now, there are only 4 people sailing on the boats this week. That's quite different to some of the other events. How does that change your crew dynamic?
Well, we are used to change the number of crew members. Sometimes it's 5, sometimes it's 4. So we just have to adapt our crew organization. But we are used to that. So we practiced last week on the J80s in France because it's 4 boats, 4 crew member boats as well. And yeah, so that's a bit different than a 5 members boat, but at the end it doesn't change so much the game on board.
And also there are some skippers here who are known for being good in bigger boats. Peter Gilmore, Ian Williams, maybe big boat sailors. And you guys, we think you're quite good in small boats. You won here last year. How important is that for you?
That's true that I like small boats very much. I think we are not bad on bigger boats as well, but indeed we won a lot of events on the smaller boats, and that's true that some guys doesn't like very much the small boats, like Peter Gilmore, and probably that's why he's not here this week. But you mentioned Williams. I think Williams is very good on the small boats. He likes it very much as well, and so yes, we will see. That's true that it's a bit different than the bigger boats.
And is there any one particular thing that is difficult? I mean, any particular quirks to these boats that is hard or easy, or that you have to really concentrate on?
What is very different, but what is very difficult is the conditions on the lake. The wind is very tricky, changing all the time of direction and force. So you have to adapt on board about the trimming, the position of the crew. You tack a lot. You change. You have maneuvers very different depending of the wind speed. So yeah, that's the difficulty, is to adapt yourself to the wind conditions. And here the wind conditions are changing all the time. So this is the most difficult thing.
So there you are, we're here in St Moritz, the Blue 26. They're small boats, 4 crew members on board, so all we have to do is wait to see who shines in these boats. So that was Hansen and Richard talking to me about the boats here in St Moritz, the Blue 26s, but somebody that knows a lot about those and about the local area is local sailor Eric Monnin. Now Eric, we spoke to you yesterday, you've had a better day today.
Yeah, a bit a better day. It's not looking well at the scoreboard as well today, but we had 4 very interesting matches with lead changes all the time, and in the last match I felt really unlucky about what happened to us, but generally there were good sailing matches out there. Yeah.
But a good winner back against Bjorn Hansen.
Yeah, it was our first match today, and it was very shifty. We played the shift well, and it's a match which went well for us, and that was a good point. And I think any of the matches could have ended like this, but the problem is, as we sometimes catched up when the other one was leading, so we were also catched up a couple of times. Yeah, 3 times too much.
Huge cheers on the shore here for you as you cross the finish line, though, winning. It must feel great being the local sailor and people really gunning for you and hoping for you to do well.
Yeah, it feels great, and I remember a couple of years ago when we won more matches, we had even more cheers more often, and yeah, it feels great. That's for sure, and that's what makes this event so special for us. Yeah.
Now, we were just talking about the conditions before and whether it was, usual to have such shifty conditions here on the lake. Tell me a little bit about it from your experience. I know you've sailed here a lot.
Yeah, what we had yesterday is a very strong Maloya wind with very nice weather. So the wind is very strong. So it's shifty as well, but you have wind everywhere. And what we had today is some kind of a thermal wind, but with lots of clouds disturbing everything. And one of the problems we faced also today is that sometimes you have, especially at the windward mark, you have to take a choice and to go left or right or wherever, and you can sometimes be in a complete wind hole. And at this moment it's really painful because you can't react anything, you're not moving, and you have to wait the wind coming to you. You can't go to the wind because you're not moving and you have still no wind. So that's what happened to us once. We had a very big lead, but we were completely stopped in a wind hole, and we couldn't do anything, just looking the other one passing us.
Well, I have got some good news for you. I've heard on very good sources that we will have more sunshine and less clouds today. So hopefully tomorrow it will be a little bit shifty. We will, of course, be back with you tomorrow morning with the morning show. And then our live coverage starts at 2 o'clock and goes on till 4 o'clock. That's UTC +2. And if you can't make either of those, do join me again tomorrow evening, where I will be rounding up the day after day 3 of St Moritz match race. Please do join us then.